I'm Courtney Wagner, and this is In the Game. This week's Jack Hanania player profile is Faith Parliment, a superstar cheerleader from Bishop Kenny High School. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So what got you started cheerleading?
Well, I started off as a gymnast and I needed help with tumbling, so me and my mom decided that I should go to like a cheerleading gym to get extra help. So then we went to a cheerleading gym and I started off in a tumbling class, and I just excelled a lot within the first couple of weeks.
So it came kind of natural for you?
Yes, ma'am.
And so how long ago did that start? How long have you been cheering since?
It started when I was about 7 years old, and then it's just kind of been a passion ever since then.
Absolutely, and I know too, it's such a huge accomplishment. You're only a freshman and you're on the varsity cheer team. That's a huge deal.
Yes, ma'am. For the sideline team, I'm on the JV squad because as a freshman you can't make the varsity sideline team, but it is really an honor to be on the varsity competition team.
Yes, for the competition. And I know, how did this year go? And then tell me about some of your past accomplishments, because I remember the first time we met, you have a lot of medals, you have a lot of trophies.
Yes, ma'am. Well, since I've been cheering for so long, every single competition you get a medal, so those I keep as souvenirs just to remind myself hey, this is what you love to do, and don't ever give up on it. And I won the Summit National Championship when I was 10 years old, which is a huge honor for me. I keep a banner in my room, I have a ring, and I keep all of my trophies, all my medals, and I have them hung up in my room just to always remind myself don't ever give up on this is what you love.
Absolutely, and that's a great reminder to always have around you. How was your first year cheering at Bishop Kenny, and what is your hopes for the next few years?
Cheering at Bishop Kenny was such an honor, and it was so much fun. The girls around you were not only teammates, they were more of your family. You develop such a great bond with all of your teammates, and that's a bond that can never ever be broken. And cheering at Bishop Kenny tryouts were so nerve-wracking, but once you got it over with, you just realize just take a deep breath, it's over with. And now I feel going into tryouts my sophomore, junior, and senior year are going to be a lot more easy to cruise through. And now that I know a lot more people, I'm going to make sure to be friendly to the freshmen that are coming in, because I know how I felt when I was coming into tryouts, so I'll make sure I keep them welcome.
Yes, definitely. And tell me, what position do you do? What's your favorite part between all the stunts, the jumps, the tumbling, everything else?
I'm a flyer on the competition team. I love to fly. It is so much fun.
So you guys don't get scared at all up there about falling or anything like that?
No, ma'am.
That's good. That's a good mentality to have.
I always tell myself pain is only temporary. So you just have to keep the mindset. The biggest thing when you're flying is having trust between your back spot and your bases, because the stunt is all in their hands. No matter what they're doing underneath you, you always have to stay tight, because it's also your job to keep the stunt up. So you have to have trust between the people that are underneath you, and trust in yourself that you can hit and stay tight. My favorite part though, out of stunting, tumbling, and jumping, would definitely have to be tumbling. I love to tumble. I love it. It's so much fun.
That's great. That's so fabulous. And do you want to cheer in college? Do you want to make a future with cheerleading, or what are your thoughts with that?
Yes, ma'am. I hope that college scouts will notice me as a high school cheerleader, because I really want to go on and cheer in college, and yeah.
I think they definitely will, since you're such a standout cheerleader already just as a freshman. What's some of the best advice some of your cheerleading coaches have given you?
My coaches have always told me to believe in yourself, and that's the #1 thing that you have to do. You always have to believe in yourself. You can't go out on the floor with a mentality that you can't do it, because when you say you can't do it, it's going to make you you actually won't be able to do it. You always have to have the mindset that you're able to do whatever you put your mind to, and that's how I've always been able to excel, because I've never thought I can't do this, I can't do this. I've always just had to push to be a better person and a better athlete, because I know that I can.
Definitely, mentality is everything when it comes down to it. What do you think the biggest obstacle is being a cheerleader that you all face?
My biggest obstacle is usually having mental blocks. When it comes to a stunt or a tumbling pass, I get mental blocks all the time. It is really hard to overcome them, but you just have to push through it.
So I know with cheerleading, injuries are really common. Have you ever had to deal with that, or have you kept pretty healthy the whole time?
Oh my goodness, I have had so many injuries.
Oh no.
I had a concussion this past year from the Bishop Kinney competition team. I was out for a month or
Wow.
so with a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
And then in All-Stars, I don't even know how many I can name. I had trouble with both of my knees. I was on crutches for this knee 2 times, once for my left knee, and then I broke my finger twice.
Wow, because yeah, cheerleading has a ton of injuries. People don't think of it as a sport that has a ton. You think, football and all these other things, but you all get banged up just as well.
Right. I don't even know how many times I've sprained an ankle, sprained a wrist. It's crazy how many injuries I've had, but it's something you can't leave because of an injury.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Faith. We really wish you the best of luck in your next 3 years at Bishop Kinney.